Hello everyone, this is Rin the Bird Tamer coming to you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the differences between the original and Brotherhood Fullmetal Alchemist. I'm going to give the usual spoilers too because this is so good. You really don't want to get spoiled for this one because it's really, really that good. It's really held up over the years, personally, in my opinion, and it's awesome. So, before I start, like I said, the usual spoilers, I'm going to be going into it in kind of a lot of detail. I don't want to spoil anyone, I'd feel really bad. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, I finally got the privilege to watch the original. I haven't been able to find it until recently. I had to buy it off of eBay because it's literally non-existent online anymore. It's always just Brotherhood this and Brotherhood that, and for good reason, since Brotherhood is the better of the two, but I thought I'd give the original a chance anyway. And I'm going to be making this video about the good points of each anime because I do appreciate them both a lot. Don't get me wrong, they're both amazing. So, let's get into it. First, I want to talk about the original's openings and ending songs and animation. So I've noticed that they are pretty decent. I did like the intros and outros to the original. I thought they were well done. The animation's great, and the songs are not bad, although, again, I'm afraid Brotherhood has them outclassed in that, so point to Brotherhood on intros. Their songs are not bad. The first one's probably my favorite out of all of them. Or was it the fourth one? It wasn't the fourth one. I think it was the fourth one. But, I do like their songs. Their intros are nice. Some of them upbeat, some of them are melancholy. It fits the show really well. However, like I said, Brotherhood, it's hard to beat the da-da-da-da-da. Da 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 da. Again, it's really hard to beat. Just the first season intro cannot really match the same energy and pizzazz, unfortunately. But yeah, both have good intros, but I'm afraid the point goes to Brotherhood on that one. Now for storylines, I do like the differences between Brotherhood and the original. One of the scenes that I've noticed is that when they are confronting Cornello, it is actually a cell and not the broadcasting station. It was kind of interesting. And the mic was hidden behind Edward instead of next to his feet. It was funny. I liked that one. There's a lot. There's the difference between Nina's and Hughes's death, and it's still absolutely tragic. And I actually prefer the Brotherhood version because it's not as gruesome. It's just Scar was way too rough with her in the original. It was just too much. I had to pause it, and then at least with Brotherhood, they're covered by a blanket, and you don't have to see. It's a lot more gruesome than the remake. Another thing is I do like the idea of lust actually being in Spalin that was turned into homunculus by Scar's older brother. That was an interesting twist. I actually liked that one. I liked the story plot. It was interesting. I'm going to give a point to the original for that. Um, I also like the fact that instead of having the baby in Rush Valley, like Brotherhood, that they had Gracia have her baby in this one, and then the brothers were panicking and running around. It was really, really funny. They thought Gracia was dying, and Nina's no help either. They're all like, ah! And then Gracia looks like she actually died, and they panicked even more. It was like, where is Winry when you need her? I also like the dynamic between Ed and Al. I mean, it's basically just as strong as it is in Brotherhood, if not more. It's funny when they were playing cards on the train. Like, that's another funny little bit that I love. It's just really goofy, and Al finds out that Ed's been cheating, and he's like, hey, get back here! And the relationships between characters is amazing as well. Hawkeye and Roy Mustang are funny as ever, and definitely shippable as ever. And like another one of my favorite parts in the original is when Roy is like giving his speech on when he's going to be the Fuhrer, and then he's like, when I'm Fuhrer, all women must wear miniskirts, and it's like, what? That's your priority. It's not keep the country safe. It's not watch our borders. It's women's in miniskirts. Women in miniskirts. It's like, what? I think, if I remember correctly, there was a fiasco with that where the voice actor kept doing that, and then ladies went crazy, and then they had to stop doing it. I don't know the full story, but I do remember hearing about that, and it was funny. Now for some downsides, some more downsides to the original, and then back to the upsides. So, in Brotherhood, Hohenheim is the Philosopher's Stone, not Alphonse. In the original, Alphonse becomes the Philosopher's Stone thanks to the sacrifices of all the soldiers. And Scar himself, I don't like. That's actually another negative. I mean, it's sad. I don't like that Scar dies and he becomes part of the stone. In a way, it is kind of him making up for it, but it's also like, if you really want to make up for all the people you've killed, why not just try to do community service, or just like live for other people and try to make up for it and do good deeds? But I mean, I guess that works too. And then back to the whole Alphonse becoming the Philosopher's Stone. It kind of works plot-wise, and then it's also like, I kind of don't like that plot. It's just personally, I don't like it. You know, like, yeah, he saves Edward from dying, but it just feels more, what's the word? It feels more fluid, better that Hohenheim is the Philosopher's Stone. It feels like it makes more sense to me. Although, I mean, it's good that he manages to save Edward, because when that happened, like, I'm like, wait, is he seriously dead? Like, no, wait, he hasn't gotten his body back, he hasn't saved his brother, no! And speaking of the whole killing scenes, it's, like I said, Nina's was really gruesome in the original. For a minute, I really thought Hughes was going to get away. It was kind of a cruel twist. It's like, oh, he's actually going to make it, and then, no, he doesn't make it. And they never accused Lieutenant Ross in the original, which I actually kind of liked that plot line. It gives the story more depth, so the fact that they did not blame her, even though Envy took her form and hurt Hughes and then ultimately shot him in Gracia's form, it's still, a part of the story I liked. Let's see. I've also noticed this is a good thing. I've noticed that the original seems a lot goofier than Brotherhood. It's still sad and solemn at times, but it does feel goofier. Like the episode with Roy Mustang and the whole Warehouse 13 fiasco. That also seems to be like Roy Mustang's favorite word. He always says fiasco. But like the whole team is freaked out by this warehouse. And I like how they bring Roy along and they're all trying to investigate, and then they realize that it has letter B and not the number 13. And then they're like, oh, well, everything's great, let's go back. And then they notice the, the piles of dirt. And then they start digging and find the bone. It's not even human. It's not a human bone. Yet they're freaking out. And then they find out that it's just Black Hayate covering the bones in the yard, making them look like fools. I love it. I love it. I love it. Uh, oh yeah, and when Riza adopts Black Hayate, it's funny. Like, I feel bad for him because of how strict she is, but she's also really nice. So couldn't have a better owner. Seriously. I actually do like how they go into Barry the Chopper's lore a lot more in the original. It makes more sense now. But yeah, it took me a minute. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's the guy that they arrested for trying to hurt Winry and Ed earlier in the show. And he didn't look like I thought he would. In Brotherhood, he looked a lot different, but maybe he just grew his hair out or something. The design for his body is a little different. Or like, kind of. At least the coloring is different. Oh, sorry, folks. Hang on. I think I lost my. I am so sorry. I've lost my pictures. I guess I'll just keep going. But, like I was saying, just excuse the lack of the picture for a moment while I try to get it back. So it's interesting how the coloration on Barry's armor is different. You'd think that the design is different too, and I actually expected a slightly different design for him. The two brothers are the same in design, of course, the same, the murdering brothers that Al Edward is fighting. Okay, I don't think it might not be the same picture that I find again. So I'm just gonna random. Oh, there it is. Thank goodness. Okay. Sorry about the technical difficulties, folks. So as I was saying, I do like the differences, the colorations, and the bodies, and the stories sort of stay the same as well in certain areas. I did hear about the fact that they had to make an anime because the manga wasn't finished, and I don't know where they did that, like where it was the stopping point for the original and the starting point for Brotherhood. I actually would like to find that out if anyone wants to tell me in the comments, but yeah, there's a lot of ups and downs to the original and Brotherhood, and they both have good things. Yeah, I've also noticed that Olivier is not in this one either. You don't see Briggs, you don't see Olivier, you just see Armstrong's younger sister. And I love how the whole Armstrong family is all sparkly and giant, except for her. It's the funniest thing. Oh, and I also took note of Yoki's demise, which is one that I did not see coming, honestly. He was an awful person, but I don't think he deserved to get shot. I mean, some people might disagree with me, and I can understand why, if you guys think he deserves to get shot for what he did, but honestly, just what he did, I think it's a little bit of an overkill to kill him. And let's see, what else? The differences that I dislike. Um, I actually started to like Lust near the end of the original, and I know she's supposed to be a bad guy, but I just can't help it. I couldn't help but root for her a little bit at the end. And I almost wanted her to become human, you know? She wants to become human again, and in the original, they want to become human instead of taking over the world with the bigger circle and father becoming God. Um, yeah, I like that, and I do like the the way they're sustained by eating the philosopher's stones instead of having one as the core. But like I said, I was upset when Wrath sealed Envy, not Envy, Lust. And, it's just like the more I learned about her in the original, the more I was rooting for her. I didn't realize it until the end, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm actually rooting for this one. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I like her. I like her. I want her to succeed. And it does stink when Wrath seals her. And Wrath's another character that I don't know. I didn't know what to do with. I didn't know what to think of him, or should I say them? I don't know. Do they really have genders? I mean, they're homunculi, but yeah. I guess that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I guess they're mostly. It shows physical traits, but you can never really tell, right? But anyway, yeah, Gluttony is the same, Lust is the same. Greed has a bit of a different characterization, different style. I actually like the Ling version of Greed better than the original Greed. It's just kind of a personal preference for some reason. He just kind of fits. I do miss the Shin trio in this one. Like I said, I think they added to it, and it would have been nice to see them in the original. It would have been nice, but yeah, that didn't happen. Let's see, what else? So, Vera. Vera's another story point that I kind of don't like. Um, I kind of like the idea of Hohenheim, in the remake, and just the fact that he created a homunculus instead of body hopping with the Philosopher's Stone. Although he didn't really do that willingly, though. I mean, Vera kind of forced him into it, and then he had to keep jumping so he doesn't get decay and all. And it is nice they give him a weakness with the whole decay thing. I don't know. I did not like Vera, um, or Dante, as they called her. And her connection with Izumi is interesting as well. In the original, not the original, the other one, she doesn't have a teacher. But I do like, I kind of like and I kind of dislike it. I don't know. I did not like Dante, although it was interesting that Izumi had a teacher. I guess it makes sense. She'd have to have a teacher for her to know alchemy and learn alchemy. And the whole creating a homunculus by human transmutation is another point, because that's actually another interesting lore bit I kind of like. And the brothers, trying to resurrect their mother, make Sloth, and Sloth is female in this one, and I actually kind of like that too. That's another point for the original. While the Brotherhood version is nice, I do like the thought of the brothers accidentally creating Sloth, and I mean, in a way, she's kind of like their mother, but she's not. She has the memories. It would have been interesting to see Sloth survive and actually start loving the boys just like their mother used to. It would have been interesting. Another thing is, even though in this one, Edward had to sacrifice himself to bring Al back fully, I think that if he hadn't had to do that and he didn't disappear into the other world, or should I say beyond the gate, I think he and Winry would have had that moment like in the original. It would have been really cute. He does seem to drop hints that he likes her, and then, oh my gosh, when he's asked if Winry's his girlfriend, he's like, no, we're just friends. And then and Alphonse is like, actually. And Edward's like, shut up. It's like, it's very obvious. He's very, he's kind of awkward around Winry, and he seems to let his guard down a lot with her, too. The only two people he seems to truly let his guard down with is Winry and Alphonse. And like everyone else, he's all prickly and kind of standoffish. Unless you're his friend. I guess if you gain his trust and you become his friend, he sort of lets his guard around you, too. But there's like this one part where she walks in and he's doing his little alchemy thing to change his hair because he's got to go undercover. And she gets all flustered, but he's like chill about it. And it's like one of those moments where you're like, uh-huh. It just kind of gives you that, yep, they're meant to be together feel to it. It's just like if he's that comfortable with her, in that vulnerable of a state, then, it just kind of feels like they're meant to be. And then it's so funny when they have the iron statue, they disguise Alphonse as the statue. And then she's freaking out, and Edward's just laughing his head off. It's like the cutest thing ever. Oh, I love them so much. Let's see. The whole scar difference as well. The scar design is slightly different, but mostly the same. His voice is slightly different, and that doesn't really bother me that much. I mean, I kind of notice. I'm like, he's a different voice actor. Or maybe he just sounds a little different, but, sorry, again, technical difficulties. I don't know what's with this video today. Things are just popping up left and right. But anyway, gotta keep rolling. Okay, so there's one thing on here that's kind of like a gray area, like yes or no. So, in Brotherhood, they meet Rose. You guys know Rose. She loses her fiancé. Or it's her boyfriend in this one. It's interesting that they make him her fiancé in Brotherhood instead of just her boyfriend in the original. But it took me a second to realize that I should have known she was under Dante's spell. But when she said she liked Edward and Edward's getting all awkward, it's like, love triangle? Nah, there's no way. They are just friends, and she already has a baby, so that'd be kind of awkward, And like, where the heck did the baby come from? It just pop out of nowhere. Anyway, yeah, it's good. I like them both, and trying to think of any other things. Oh, yeah. I just thought of another thing. There's just so much to unpack here. This is just really well written in both of them. I do like, it scared the heck out of me, but Roy looked like he was about to die in the original instead of Riza, and like it almost broke my heart. And Brotherhood, where Riza's like bleeding out, and he has to choose between her or he has to choose between them, and it's awful. And he does it to save her life. Like, he has to transmute, and he does. Actually, no, they force him to do it. So he says no originally, and she says don't do it, so he doesn't do it. And respects her wishes despite his instincts to save her. And I like she survives anyway, but just the heartbreak in his voice when he's like, don't take her from me. It's awful. But yeah, those two are another ship. I mean, besides Edward and Winry, Riza and Roy definitely deserve to be together. They're so cute. And another character that I like that I kind of, I just like really sympathize with is Havoc. It's just like, he can never get a girlfriend. I kind of have a hard time with love too, so I kind of just sort of empathize with him. You know, it's just too funny. He's always getting shot down. That is better than, you know, in a Brotherhood where he gets impaled by lust. You just gotta feel bad for the dude. It's sad. It's funny and sad. But, yeah, like I said, they both have ups and downs, and I like them a lot. I still think I prefer the Brotherhood storyline mostly because of all the other ones. It just makes sense. The original has a few storylines, like I said, that I do like, but there are some things that I don't. Ooh, and I can't forget the imposter Elric brothers. Like they're cool, and it would have been nice if they had a little more screen time there. Their plant alchemy is interesting. Agriculture alchemy, as they called it. It's really pretty, too. I like watching the animation for that when they're doing their alchemy. It's like a really pretty glowing green. I would have liked to see more of them, to see their journey, but again, it is about the Elric brothers and not those two. But it's funny, like, closer to the end where they show up again and older brother gets him in trouble for saying he's Edward. It's just, he's got to stop doing that. It's just going to keep biting him in the butt. Nothing wrong with being yourself. I do like that duo too. They're awesome. They're cute. Let's see. Oh, it's Ball and Kids too. That was another one. It was Rick and what's his name? Yeah. Those two are very, very nice. I like them. The part where they realize their mom was blind is really, really sad because the oldest one thought that she abandoned them during the attack on Ishval, and it's good to know that she actually loved them, and it's kind of sad watching them look around the locket. It's like, what's with the lockets? There's like 2 lockets in this series. But yeah. I think even though the original is good, Brotherhood is better. I just wanted to check it out for myself, and I did. Wasn't disappointed. It was all pretty good, but not all that great. Sorry I keep jumping back and forth like that. I keep remembering stuff that I liked and then stuff I didn't like about it. It's just a lot. I think the voice actors did really well, the creator did really well, and I really want to make something just like this. It's just so cool and inspirational. And I almost wish I had the same bond as Edward and Aldi. I've got 2 little sisters, and I don't know. I've always wondered if I would do almost anything for them too. I think I would, you know? When you're the oldest, you just kind of gotta take responsibility and look after them. So I kind of understand how Ed feels, you know, with the little siblings and all. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Let me know which one you like better, which scenes you dislike and like in the comments below. Ren the Bird Tamer out.